speaking of prospects with high expectations, Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love is reaching for the stars as well, telling reporters after his pro day Tuesday that he has his sights set on being not only a Pro Bowl player, but also a future Hall of Famer. And get ready for two Robinsons in the Falcons' backfield. Former third-round pick Brian Robinson Jr. has signed a one-year deal to join Atlanta after appearing in all 17 games last year in San Francisco. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope. Whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons, he knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Welcome in there, everybody. Happy Friday. Glad to be with you here on Sports Daily. Jake Ballbrock, TJ Cleveland, joining you, getting ready to rock and roll. We're not real happy this morning. Brackets are busted. TJ and I are both down. Men down, brackets down. Two different ways. We'll get you recapped on the Sweet 16. No more Houston. No more Nebraska. The dream is dead, but we're still here, breathing. Now it's chaos time. Now chaos brackets. Let's go. We'll discuss what happened last night in the Sweet 16. We'll get you ready for Major League Baseball and the Kansas City Royals. It is Royals opening day, and you finally get Royals baseball on opening day. Jaylon Thompson is going to join us to get you ready for that opener and recap everything that's been happening in the offseason and look ahead. It's all coming to you. What's on Tap? Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company. 3 locations, east near Central and Woodlawn, west at 13th and Tyler, and in historic Delano, featuring a rooftop deck. Order online, wichitabrew.com. Local craft beer on tap, patios, pizza, and a full bar available at all locations. WBC Pizza and beer made here. TJ, have you recovered emotionally yet?
People are going to think that I'm a real crop farmer because I'm going from Nebraska to Iowa. Iowa's got to win the national championship now. Like, that's just what it has to be.
I think you're overlooking the team that took down my team, Houston. Illinois.
That game is going to be
awesome.
So fun.
That game was, man. I was sore this morning from watching that game. They got after it. Brad Underwood is so good at what he does. My goodness.
You wanna propose something? I think that if Bill Self does decide to call it, Travis Goff just needs to fly down to Houston. The winner of that game gets the job.
Yeah, right. Kelvin, they're both pretty old. They're both.
No. The winner of Iowa, Illinois.
Oh.
Yeah, you get the story of Northwestern Missouri State coming home or K-State coming home.
K-State coming home to coach Kansas.
God, could you imagine? That thought. Talking to our pal Brock Wilson, who's an Illinois fan, grew up in Illinois. It is hilarious. Like the thought if Illinois lost two coaches basically in a row, almost to what it feels like to KU, it would be incredible.
Oh man. Yeah, that would be. I thought about that. I thought about that connection. We're not going to talk about that stuff, Cleveland, because Bill Self's going to be there next year.
Maybe I'm talking about in 5 years.
Okay.
If they hire Brad Underwood in 5 years, that's not a good hire.
Brad Underwood's age, let's see, in 5 years, Brad Underwood.
Is he older than Bill Self?
He will be 67 years old.
Yeah.
KU will probably go a young route. I think KU wants Jacques Vaughn to do it. I just don't think they're ready for it yet. I think Bill Self probably is well aware of that. I have thought the chances of him retiring are not even 50-50. It feels like there's more there for Bill Self, as long as his family's comfortable and he's comfortable with his health, which is the part we don't know anything about, by the way.
we're just living in limbo. Making the sports plan for next week. Just ready for a pin to drop. You ready for both of us to be at opening day in Kauffman Stadium, and that breaker happens?
It's going to be
it better not.
I guess we'll be almost all the way there. I don't think it would take that long. I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen in the next 72 hours. Don't you? They're not like UNC's out there. So I would imagine the longer this lasts into today, the better.
Are we going to get a Bill Self announcement of saying I'm not leaving? Or are we just not going to hear anything?
Well, now at this point, we kind of have to.
Right?
Like, don't we? I mean, don't we have to get that announcement now? Because there are players on the recruiting trail, players in the portal. Like, everybody has to know. So because of what he said after the game, if he wouldn't have said that, then I would say, no, you just go. But it's not going to come with a contract extension. It's not going to. They've already done all that, right? There's nothing. So, yeah, somebody will probably have to say something. Maybe he doesn't have to, but Kansas can say coach is back or so, who knows? But it's an uneasy time, I will say. That bracket last night, man, that game was good. Texas Purdue was fantastic. The Big Ten continues to flex on this tournament. My goodness. And Arizona looks like world beaters. It's Big 12 or bust. Go Arizona, go Iowa State for me. Probably followed, I guess, by Iowa.
Yep.
So, that's where we live right now in the bracket. How about Houston? Was it 7 straight years to the Sweet 16?
Something like that. I saw Kelvin Sampson has the most tournament wins in the last decade.
It's crazy by a pretty decent amount too. By a pretty decent amount. It's what a run they've had.
Is he going to win one before he hangs it up?
Ooh, now that he's going to lose all those guys.
Yeah, I think all of them were. Tugler was a senior, I think, too. Yeah,
I think he's going to lose them all. God, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. I don't know. I don't know if I think so. I don't know how he's going to, you got to build that back up. This was last year and this year were the year. It was the year. Did you see Gary Woodland shot a 64 yesterday? Headline TJ missed.
Where?
How about that?
What tournament was that?
They're in Houston.
Oh yeah, Houston Open this week. Yeah,
Houston Open is what it's called. Keep your eye on that, as Woodland had a great first round. But yeah, it was a good night of sports. We had lots of baseball yesterday. The World Baseball Classic guys did not look particularly good. Paul Skeens got roughed up. Matthew Boyd got roughed up. Logan Webb got roughed up the other night. I don't know why that is, but there's that. My Texas Rangers lost opening day. Not happy about that. Royals better not screw it up tonight. I can't wait to talk to Jaylon Thompson about it. Cole Reagans. Is Reagans opening or is Waka?
Yep.
Reagans is healthy. There's a lot of pressure on that game, I think, for Reagans. We'll have that coming for you. That's in the second hour. So be ready for the Jaylon Thompson preview on that. And here we go. Here we go. I don't know, TJ. The bracket thing makes me real mad. I don't like it. I hate getting my bracket busted so much. Hate it. Good news for college basketball. KU's coming to Wichita. They beat San Diego State last night. The Jayhawk women are headed to Wichita. When is that game?
Monday.
So the semifinal game of the WBIT will be at Charles Koch Arena on Monday.
1:30 or 4 p.m.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Jayhawk fans will have a chance, that maybe don't usually get a chance to go up to Lawrence. If you're a Jayhawk fan, you can come see the women play right at Charles Koch Arena here in Wichita. That'll be a fun environment. I'm really glad they won. Keep us alive here in our March Madness. It's a tough day. I don't think you're taking the Nebraska loss as hard as you should be, and I think it's because secretly you wanted Iowa to win that game.
If it was I would have been pretty distraught if they lost to Purdue. Yeah, I mean, or Florida or something like that. But honestly, if there was a number 2 in this bracket, it was Iowa. Obviously, I think that it was Nebraska and then Iowa for me. And so it's like, well, that sucks, but I really took a flyer anyways, Like,
it's pretty hard to have D2 roots like both of us do and not love that story.
I agree. Listen, this is the thing that I say. And like, cause I don't think I've ever, like, I don't know the last time I got my champion right. Like, it's been like 4 years probably. And it's like, because in my mind, especially like a year like this, everybody picks Arizona or everybody picks, Duke. It's like, this is the year to throw the flyer in there. Because if they get to the Final Four, you probably win the bracket pool. They didn't get to the Final Four, and I'm not going to win the bracket pool. And I'm projected to be like second to last now because KU is also in my Final Four.
Well, this is where chaos could be fun. Except I am going to root for the Big 12. I will root for I'm rooting now.
They're on the other side.
I will root for Iowa State more than any team down the stretch, I'll tell you. But Arizona's Big 12 now. I'm going to root for Arizona. All right, we're coming back. We got more sports today. Let's talk about those Sweet 16 games. Look ahead to tonight's Sweet 16 games when we return.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily KFH.
Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care celebrating 60 years in Wichita, providing expert lawn care for a healthy lawn, tree and shrub care, and bed weed control since 1966. Longhofer Lawn and Tree Care. Welcome back into Sports Daily. March Madness, how'd everybody do last night? I think most people are probably okay. Most people picked the ones or one of the ones. There was some Florida damage. I think Houston was a 2 seed. I don't think a lot of people were on Houston. I felt a little islandy there. Certainly you were with Nebraska. We've got Purdue, Iowa, Illinois, and Arizona. 2-9-3-1. For everybody that has thought that the tournament is, trending to the top and only the top teams have a chance and all of these things. I don't buy it. I don't believe that at all. And Iowa's a 9 seed. That's fine. And they're all power teams, and you didn't have any Cinderella type teams. I think this tournament's been awesome. And I think it's been a little bit unpredictable. And I think while, there may no longer be,
At this point in the tournament, though, that wasn't a thing. Like the Cinderella thing is like a, round of 32, Sweet 16 thing. Like none of them hardly ever made the Elite Eight.
They don't. But people act like they do. So if you don't get them in a random year, if you don't have some, high point to the Sweet 16 that loses in the Sweet 16, people are like, oh man, college basketball is never going to be the same. And I'm like, what? Like, what more do we want? It felt like this year there were probably 15 teams that could win a national championship. And I think that's last year it felt like there were, for a large part of last year, it felt like there was one. And it was Duke. It wasn't even the team that, ended up making the national championship. Maybe you had Florida. But I think we're in a really good place with college basketball. I think, yes, it's trending to the Power 4 leagues. The Big East, I guess, Power 5, because UConn. But if it wasn't UConn, I know St. John's is in, but UConn's really the only one out of that group that you would put with these other teams. But okay, fine. Power 5. That's okay with me, though. I'm good with that. I know that doesn't help the Shockers, but if we're watching the teams play, I think about Wichita State play in either one of Illinois or Houston last night. They're not going to go very well for Wichita State. Probably. Not right now, anyway. And so that's okay with me. If the best teams are looking like that, which I think the brand of basketball is incredible. I think it's so good. You see Illinois with all their European players. Stan Van Gundy was talking about it. Or Bruce Pearl, maybe it was Bruce Pearl before the game. That's we can be a better option now for these Euros than playing in Europe, coming to play college ball. Again, that will make talent trickle down. If we can just fix the transfer thing, and what did you say yesterday? Tuberville's proposing 1 free transfer, 5 straight years of eligibility.
Yeah.
I like it. It would help. I still don't know. It'll honestly, it's easier to find your way there now than it used to be because these players are being compensated. So the 1 free transfer thing, okay, like there's compensation involved. Maybe it's more than 1 if you're at a certain level because you're not getting compensated the same way. I don't know how they'll do it, but it's the right idea. It's where we need to get, right? It's where this needs to go so that you can have teams like Houston in there, so that you can have a team that has all that returning talent on it there. Duke has had teams full of returners. KU has had teams full of returners. Like the Blue Bloods are able to retain their talent. How do we help the rest of the schools? That's probably how. But then what about a star player? I'm trying to think of a good example of this. Star player, smaller school, that's gone on to a bigger school and been a star, like Melvin Council, never gets the chance to go to KU. It was his 3rd team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right on that?
Fourth team, if you count JUCO.
Yeah, never gets that chance. KU fans say they want this rule, but are you happy with that? Melvin Council never had the chance to come there. So I don't have a problem outside of following the Shockers. Like if I wasn't following the Shockers and seeing them take the part of this, I'd be pretty satisfied, I think, if I was a college basketball fan.
I don't know. I think it's a whole thing. I think that, like, even at the blue blood level, like, I can't imagine there's, like, KU fans are happy that they had to learn 11 new names this year, and, like, they're going to have to do it again next year probably.
But they didn't the 2 years prior to that. They returned almost everybody.
It's true, but, like, I don't know. I just don't think that part of it is what people have such a hard time with.
I agree.
And I get, like, it also brings you Melvin Council, and that's the plus side of it, and I agree 100%. But I also think that if you're, beggars can't be choosers here. If you want stability.
You don't have Iowa under those rules.
It's true.
Iowa doesn't exist.
Well,
Those
they
guys are
could.
all Drake players.
They could, but they
didn't all start at Drake either, though. A lot of them came from Northwest Missouri.
I would have to imagine, though, in the old rules, even before the portal was a thing, when your coach left, you got released and could do this. So that would be a situation there. I imagine that would be implemented. If your coach leaves, you can leave. You don't need to stay at your school and be stuck there.
But you get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Like these things that we fall in love with potentially go away.
Yeah.
In some of those scenarios. I think this tournament has been really, really good. I mean, we sit here right now, and are you ready to bet the mortgage on anybody winning a national championship right now?
No.
I don't know who it would be. Arizona, I guess.
Arizona's the best, yeah.
But Houston had been smoking people before that game last night. What happened? Who's Arizona going to put? What happens when Arizona plays Michigan? If it's Michigan. You going to feel good about that?
Nope.
I mean, that's the thing. Purdue was the preseason number 1. And here they are. So how good are they? Michigan's got to get by Alabama today. But we've seen Iowa State beat these teams at this level. I mean, Duke struggled. Is Duke going to get on a run now? Will they be able to handle what Rick Pitino threw? I think we're in a really good spot. I have loved this tournament. The numbers are small. Maybe that bothers people, but it's pretend bother. The numbers,
like I've said,
you
just got to retrain your mind as to what your definition of Cinderella is. Somebody brought up the point. I can't remember what account this was. I'll have to go find it. That Iowa this year, if you look back at Loyola Chicago when they went to the Final Four that year,
yeah,
their players were higher rated high school recruits than Iowa's were. Like Iowa's got like 4 guys that weren't even ranked as high out of high school because like Bennett Sturts went D2. A bunch of these guys went D2. Like that's your Cinderella, and like that's just what it is. Like it just happens to be a giant Big Ten school and not Loyola Chicago. So you have to retrain your mind and look at the stories that way. And there's I can't remember the others, but like that's the most notable one. And you've got him in the Elite Eight. Like that's your storyline if you want a storyline, because that's why people miss Cinderella is they missed the storyline of like, I got to see this. I got to see if they can win another game. Like Dunk City, I got to see if Florida Gulf Coast can win another game.
I look, does Ben McCollum have the same level of success he's had without the transfer portal being open? Does Brad Underwood? I don't know. Those guys have won games everywhere they've ever been. It certainly would have taken longer, but they've built something out of nothing, essentially. Cypher on X said, suggestions for headlines I didn't see. I did not see this one, so thank you, Cypher. Rick Pitino says, there are no longer blue bloods in college basketball, and I think that's great. I agree with Rick Pitino. I agree that it's great. I don't agree that there are no longer blue bloods. There are blue bloods, but the blue bloods advantage that they've had forever is so much smaller than it used to be. I mean, I can't look at this grouping of, Michigan State, UConn, Duke, yesterday. Houston has become a blue blood. So, in current terms, Arizona, like
what does blue blood mean?
It's changed. It's changed, forever. I think forever it was the schools that had the stranglehold on talent. And
I always thought the blue
gone, and that's probably what Rick Pitino means. But for a while, if you weren't Kentucky, North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, Arizona, Michigan State, that probably it. You weren't getting a top player, basically. It's essentially what you had in the SEC in college football. It's essentially what Alabama.
I've always thought blue blood. I thought the definition of blue blood meant like you were just really good back in like the 60s, and you've just been good for a long time.
No, I think it's the cream of the crop. And
because I know there's blue bloods and there's the new bloods, and that's the whole thing. But the thing is, like you said, is that they're still there, and they're still they haven't dropped off. And that's the thing I tell people about KU all the time when they're like, oh, well, Bill Self doesn't have it anymore because everybody's paying players, and that's just not a thing. But like they've built preseason #1 rosters in the NIL era. Like they're getting the guys that they want to get. Like they haven't dropped off. The thing is that everybody else is better because of NIL and because of the transfer portal. Like it's just easier to field better teams if you're a high power conference. Like Bill Self, the one I think about all the time is Sheck Diallo. Remember Sheck Diallo that played at KU? He was an NBA player that didn't play at all at KU. Like he was like the 9th man, and they got drafted by the Suns that year in like the first round or second round. I can't remember. Would he have gone to KU? Not a chance. He was going to KU to sit on the bench. Like he would have gone.
Zuby Ejiofor. This is an example now. Zuby Ejiofor left because they got Dickinson, and if you regret that as a KU fan, would you rather not have Flory Badunga?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's my point. It's like Sheck Diallo wasn't coming to KU to sit on the bench in 2026. He's going to West Virginia. He's going to TCU. He's going to K-State. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to go somewhere and start, and he'll in turn make a bunch more money. And that's why everything has risen up, is because players aren't going to go sit on the bench at KU or Duke or North Carolina. Like, I'm going to go be a starter somewhere else. And that's not even an NIL thing. That's just what people have done forever. But now there's just no benefit of going to sit on the bench at KU.
There's not. And so you'd get one for free in these new rules. And that's, look, I think we all agree. I think even people like me who sort of struggle with that restriction in terms of real life, even I would tell you, I think it should be one.
My thing,
I don't know how they do it, but I think it should be just one.
Your thing about the compensation is what makes it so interesting. Because I think in the old rules, before pre-NIL, this is probably the right thing to do. Because like we can't block Melvin Council to being stuck at Wagner, right?
Do it.
Like he's too good. He needs to play somewhere else because of opportunities. He needs to become a professional. He's not getting paid. He needs to make money. We need to allow him to do that. Now you're making money. And that's the thing that I think that you can have some leeway and say, like, listen, you guys can't transfer. You're getting paid by the schools.
It's simply a contract.
And that's what it comes down to. And I think that like
it gets weird, but
and that's what it is. I think that's why, in turn, you can also say, and I think that's why it's so frustrating for fans as well. I think that like there's a large contingent of people that, Dylan Edwards' situation, I guess, is a good one to think about here, is that he transfers to KU. People would have been upset about transfer to KU anyways. But even before he transferred to KU, whenever he went in the portal in November, K-State fans lost their minds. It's just like, well, we paid him NIL money. He just quit and left. Like, what's the deal with that? Like, that's why I think there's so much, distraughtness. That's not a word.
There is. And I've said forever.
Because they're taking money and dipping. Like, that's what people don't like.
People don't like that the players leave. Just in general terms, like
But I think it's elevated. It's elevated a lot more.
It's elevated to everything. We knew this was coming. Like the Wild West, people are going to take advantage of the system. Like I get all that. I've said forever. It's like I have this conflicting thing in my heart on it because there's what I wish could happen and what can happen. And right now, like until they literally change some laws, I can't find a path to restricting players from transferring. They're going to lose those legal battles every single time.
I think it just needs to be as simple as you get a free transfer. Not even that. I think it just needs to be like, if there's really a world where you can work around this, is that you just say like, hey, here's a contract. If you leave, you pay us money back. Like,
that's right.
And that's
I do too. I think that's how.
And that'll still make it frustrating if Kenyon Giles is an underclassman or something. Wichita State gets Kenyon Giles, and Wichita State gets Ricky Council Jr.
You put it on a 2-year NIL deal, basically.
Exactly.
And if you leave early, you owe us back. And again, like what I think should happen for the betterment of the sport and what I think can happen are two very different things. My point on what can happen forever is nothing. There's nothing that there's no precedent. We've just made this up that you can't do X, Y, or Z. Like if there's compensation, we're talking about like, if this gets challenged in court, what would we like to see just as fans? Yeah, I'd love it to be one transfer. I'd love Wichita State to be able to keep their players.
Yep.
Can it happen? I don't think it can without, legislative intrusion. But I think we're getting to some reasonable places where I think we could get there.
I agree. I think the number one thing, if we're going to sit here and try to do the fixed college sports thing, is that I think that there is the compensation part. I think that schools should have to sign their athletes to contracts, and it can be whatever they want, but I don't think it can be more than a 3-year contract to make it fair to the athletes. So you're not, manipulating 17-year-olds when you sign them, basically. You get a 3-year contract. You can leave at any point with your one free transfer. But if you break your contract, you owe us back 30% of what whatever, or what was owed to you, or whatever you want to make it. Then I think still, even after that, if you have a guy that transfers 4 times in 4 years and is just breaking contracts, that's not any better. I mean, it's a little better, but it's not any better than for the reasons that we're talking about.
Here's a wild amendment to that prevents what you just said, because eventually there would be an amount of money that made the payback fine.
Yeah.
Okay. There's that.
Like coaches do.
And the school that takes you away then owes the school. So like if you're Wichita State, you have a great player and they leave early, they owe you the money. But that great player goes to Arkansas. Arkansas now also owes you compensation.
I mean, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be the same way that coaches are handled. Like if Arkansas takes Ricky Council, Arkansas is going to pay the buyout.
There's a buyout. Yep.
But
you've got to like make it almost like, because then it becomes a little bit of a reward for the school and the coaches.
That's what everybody said that's why it's so frustrating for a Wichita State to say like, man, we found him. Like you can't just take him after we developed him and found him. Like it makes you feel like the minor leagues
money, right? If you have to pay said,
then you can go get another one.
You go, okay, here's $1 million. We're taking him, but we owe you $1 million. Okay. Now we're talking. And
I
so
don't know.
I
also think they should also implement, after you leave once, you got to sit out a year or do something like that too.
And that's where, again, I don't disagree with that. I would be okay with that. I think I could get comfortable with that, but that's not going to happen until a law changes.
I agree. I think that because the thing that was always so, taboo about that in the old rules is that you only had a 4-year eligibility clock. And if you waste one of them by sitting out a year, like Austin Reeves, perfect example, nobody's going to want to do that, especially when you're getting paid for playing basketball. Like, if you can make it a 5-year clock, though, and say, all right, you get 5 years and you can use one of them, but you have to sit out. Like, then I think it'll limit it, but it's possible to do. It still would be worth it.
They have to get one for free. Have to. All right, let's come back. We got more Sports Daily. Stick around.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
On KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you, Jake Ballbrook, TJ Cleveland. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up. We're almost out of the crazy late night turns.
We were still on the air at midnight last night.
I know I've been
Which I can't believe. I always thought the round of 64 and 32 were the ones that killed us, not the Sweet 16.
It is. It goes it goes all the way through. If it's a CBS, I've been at CBS's forever. It's always been the same schedule, always. Before they even added the true TBS TNT component, where you just were kind of stuck with what you had, right? Even then, it was even worse then because they would bounce around all the games. But yeah, it's always been that way. You're almost out of it. You're almost out of it for that. You're almost out of it for, late night college football. We're about to be in the season of normalcy.
I'm ready. It always hits us. We always talk about this, is that like this is the part where it's just like I can't wait to just do nothing for a while and just kind of just coast. And then you get to like late July and you're like, I am so bored.
Yes. Every year on a clock, on a cycle, it happens.
It's the same thought process of like, I am so tired of it being cold outside. Like, okay, I'm sweating my freaking butt off. I'm tired of this.
We're about there, and maybe a little earlier than we'd liked because KU got bounced and Wichita State's NIT is dead. But we get some good games tonight again, and then that's it. And then
could you have imagined if Wichita State beat Tulsa? I could have been in Indianapolis watching that, and then just hopped over to Lucas Oil and caught some Iowa basketball the next day.
Iowa is they're the underdog. They're the underdog. There's no doubt about it. Last night, a couple of the freshmen, really there are a handful of freshmen we were looking at with lottery picks. You had Acuff, you had Wagler, they were saying. I think I've been saying Wagler.
Yeah, I started saying Wagler. It is Wagler. I learned that earlier this year.
Wagler looked really good. Fleming's kind of meh. And Darius Acuff last night, who had 28, 3 and 3. Brings up the Darren Peterson thing. We haven't talked about this in a while. You've got Peterson, you had Acuff, you had DeBonsa. Like, they're all getting bounced. Do we have any more superstar freshmen alive in the tournament? I guess you got Boozer with Duke.
Let's get the Arizona guys.
Yep, you got, but they're not lottery picks, are they?
Yeah, Burries and Pete probably both are. I think they both played their way into it.
Okay. I'll pull up an NBA mock. But right at the very top, there was a time, TJ, and this is, I don't pretend to watch a ton of NBA anymore. In fact, I've watched almost zero this regular season, just in total transparency. There was a time for me, though, that like I was really coming around on Acuff maybe being the sleeper. And I still might be, right? I still might be there with that. I'm seeing, Burries. Okay, here we go. Burries is projected. This is USA Today, so whatever, right? Burries is in there. You've got Philon in there for Alabama. Is Philon even playing?
This mock draft has Cam Boozer going number 1. Pick a different one.
I know. I'm just looking at the lottery.
Yeah.
Koa Pete. They have Koa Pete. So Pete and Burries. Okay.
Yeah. ESPN right now has Peterson, DeBonsa, Boozer, Caleb Wilson, North Carolina, Fleming's at 5, Wagler at 6, Acuff at 7, Michael Brown at 8. These are all freshmen. Ament at 9, Burries at 10, all freshmen still.
I'm trying to right. No, I'm just trying to look at who's still alive.
Yeah.
Philon's not even playing. I don't think.
I have no idea.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is too. He did play. LeBaron Philon. I know he had something going on. He played against Tech.
Former Jayhawk commit.
He had a pretty good game against Tech Impact.
Could you imagine if
9 points and 12 assists against
some NBA scout or some NBA draft writers, put out? Could you imagine if Philon stayed on and KU could have rolled out Darren Peterson and LeBaron Philon?
But Filan's playing point, isn't he? For the most part. I mean, I
Sure,
guess
sure.
Peterson would have been a 2, but then you wouldn't have Council. I don't know. Would that have made a difference? Maybe. But would have given him some more offensive juice for sure, which is what they needed. So, yeah, probably. But we're looking at that. Fleming's continues to go high. I love Houston. I love what they've done. I'm not quite as high on Fleming's as I would not take him over Acuff. No chance. I'm taking him over Acuff. I think, to me, this has come down to Peterson, DeBonson, and Acuff. And Boozer's really good. I like Boozer. He's
just not an
safe.
NBA
He's going
player.
to be a nice NBA player. But I think when we're talking about like franchise altering whatever, I think it's those other 3 before Boozer for me. I'm not taking Peterson number 1 overall. I'm not doing it. Are you?
Maybe. I don't know.
No way.
I'm leaning probably DeBonzo 60-40 right now, I'd say. Just a little bit though. But like there's still, I don't know.
What did you see? If you're an NBA franchise betting the future on it, what did you see this year? Because it's not just the injury. The injury's one thing, but I watched him in all the big games down the stretch not shoot it very well.
What are you talking about? Look what he did against Cal Baptist.
Yeah, percentage-wise?
Well, he made big shots, I guess. He was not a good first half. Second half against Cal Baptist, I'll say.
If you're not getting shots in college, you're not getting them in the NBA. So, and it's not that I think Peterson's going to be awesome. I just think the risk level's too high.
I honestly, if I'm the Sacramento Kings, this is what I'd do. If I'm the GM of the Kings, I'm calling I'm calling the Wizards, who are currently slated number 2, and saying, just take the pick, man. Just trade me and throw me a first next year.
No, I would make the pick. I wouldn't do that. I'd make the pick.
Honestly, I'd rather be the second pick than the first pick. Like, and people have said that, but like it's the truth. Because either of them are good, but you don't want to be the guy that messes it up.
With nothing else there? Like just because you're too chicken to make the pick?
Yeah.
Oh no, if you're an NBA GM and you're really thinking that way, you need to get it wrong. I know,
but if you get it wrong, you're getting fired. You know you are.
Yeah.
If you pick DeBonza and you pass on Peterson and Darren Peterson turns into Kobe Bryant,
if you
you're
have
fired.
that level of fear in that job, you're getting fired.
It's
anyway.
a real ethics class on Sports Daily. This is the trolley problem, Jacob. You know, you just want to make somebody else do it.
Yeah, no, that's silly. That's Bush League. You make the pick because you like the pick and you.
Hey, if I can move back one slot, still get an
now,
NBA.
If you can get something for it, then that's totally.
I'm not just saying give him the pick. I'm saying get us like a.
I thought you were just saying you'd rather not have to.
I'm
make
saying
the decision.
get whatever, an extra second or next year's first or something like that, and move back one slot.
I'd need more than that, but yeah, I'd be fine with that because that's more because I think all these players are great than. You know what? I think they're all going to be impactful. I like the team Flemings plays for as much as any of them. I think he's the one that's probably a little. He just feels undersized. I'm not sure what it is that he's great at that translates into being like an NBA star. Acuff, not even Boozer as much as to me. It's Acuff, DeBonza, and Peterson. Like you can see star. With those 3 players. Like this guy could score 20 a night. This guy can create their own shots. I'd still take Peterson 2, but I think I'd take DeBonza 1. The only thing about Peterson is he's a point guard, allegedly. He didn't do that much at KU, but he's supposed to be a true point guard. I mean, we sat here this time last year after KU was eliminated talking about Peterson, and Tommy, who's a huge KU follower, it's like, no, he's a point guard. He's going to run the point at KU. And I was always like, man, that's tough for a freshman. And he didn't do that really this year. Hardly ever did he run the point at KU. So I assume he can do that, right? That's what he was recruited to do. He just didn't. That does create a different dynamic as far as who the team is that is picking. If they have a true point guard, maybe that's the decision. Because DeBonza's got the size to be a more natural scorer in the NBA. The other part about Peterson is, man, he's an elite shooter. Now, I know he didn't shoot it very well down the stretch, and that's a thing that scares me a little bit. But he's a high percentage shooter. it looks like it's going in every time he takes the shot, and he creates that shot out of nothing from 30 feet. So we'll see. I'll tell you what it is, though. I didn't even get to my original point on this. It's the stuff that I hate even bringing up. It's the stuff that, like, through it all, Peterson is just so quiet, right? And so, I don't want to say introverted because I've never had a conversation with him personally, but he's quiet, right? He's not demonstrative at all. And you just wonder if that personality has a chance to thrive in the NBA. Like if he was, because he's clearly uncomfortable with it now. Like he doesn't like it. He's even said it. Are you going to in the NBA?
The thing is, Jacob, look at if you go watch a Darren Peterson interview before he got to KU, like they weren't great by any means, but he was less pissed off at the world up there, it seems like. I think that it's just the fact that, like, every chance anybody can take a dump on him, they did.
Yeah, I think it's not just the interviews. It's not just the interviews. It's the body language on the court. It's the.
I mean, that's probably part of it too. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the only thing people talked about.
It's the things that you see where, and I get, and I don't even know how to ask the questions. And the good thing for NBA teams is they'll get to have all these conversations. And let me also say this: I want, because I think the story is incredible, for Darren Peterson to be the best player in this class.
Yeah.
I want Darren Peterson to be a star because I want him to be able to throw the bird to all the critics and all the people that were very unfair to him. I want that more than anything. I'm just trying to now guess at what's going to happen at that level. It is odd sometimes when you'd see him not as excited about things happening as his teammates. And it felt a little contagious, and like it did get a little weird. And I don't think that's anything to do with it. He's like not his fault, anything else. It's just when, like, how does that translate up to the next level? Right? Because there are going to be things that happen in the NBA that are also difficult. How does he deal with that stuff? Is he a quiet assassin? Or is it more of, man, that's just kind of sucks. I'm just going to have to roll with this. I don't know. I wish I could be a fly on the wall of those conversations.
Yeah.
What a class. What an unbelievable class.
I'm telling you, like I've said it on here before, like I've completely lost interest in the NBA, but like this draft class is enough to probably lure me in a little bit, just because in a couple of years, it's like I can say like, ooh, Caleb Wilson, North Carolina. Ooh, DeBonta.
Are the Mavs projected into the lottery right now?
I don't know.
The Thunder are kind of. Right, they could get in there.
Yeah, they've got ESPN's got them getting Darius Acuff.
That, like, who is, and USA Today here has the Mavs has the Mavs getting Acuff and Flag. Are you kidding me? Like that's incredible stuff. That's incredible. The Pacers, if the Pacers get the top pick, if they now
Peterson and
okay,
Halliburton.
there you go. If you're the Pacers, do you take Boozer? Because of who you already have on that roster.
Think about having Halliburton and Peterson next to each other. That would be awesome.
Peterson playing the 2 guard, or how about Halliburton, DeBonta?
I agree.
I mean, come on, like, jeez, it's gonna be fun. I agree.
Even
be the best draft.
Look at even the set. Like NIL has made the NBA draft so good. Like the second round even is like right now I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns have the 46th pick, and they're getting Price Sanford from Nebraska. Like, oh, hell yeah.
We're all winners because the draft, we're going to know all the players now. Finally. We're going to know all the players. They didn't play in the G League or Europe. Like, they're all, like, it's going to be a cool draft. All right, we'll come back. It's opening day of Major League Baseball. Jaylon Thompson next hour. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Awful, bad, awesome, sucky. I absolutely cannot face this. Wait a minute. It's Friday. I forgot. It's Friday. It's Friday. What you do? Today is Friday. You've waited all week. You've been waiting. Monday, you got through it Tuesday, you got through it Wednesday, you started to smell it Thursday, you were right on top of it, and now it's here! It's Friday!
It's time to rock and roll! Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Sports Daily here on KFH. Glad to be with you on the program. It's a good day. It's a good day. Not a good day for our brackets. Not a good day for the brackets. Not real happy about that last night. Max remembering the Friday bump, though. I know that was eaten at Max after the first hour. He didn't play his Friday bump.
I was going to say, how late was I to the show? I didn't even hear that the first time around.
Yeah. No, Max didn't play it. He forgot it. That's okay. It's all right. We got a lot coming up. Jaylon Thompson is here with us. Glad that he is. That'll be to preview the Royals season coming up in a little bit. We've got headlines I missed. We've got tonight's March Madness. We can talk about that. Any bets we like. It's all what's on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, where it's patio season. Have a brew with a view on Delano's rooftop deck. Enjoy happy hour on WBC East's patio. Grab a pizza outside, shielded from the setting sun at WBC West. When you think patio, think Wichita Brewing Company. Pizza and beer made here. Maybe put some rocks in your pockets if you're going to be on the patio today only. Maybe this is the last day. I've been upstairs in the breaks having a fight with my 8-year-old daughter about wearing shorts today. I've hindered that stage in my life where I have daughters fighting me about what they get to wear to school, and trying to convince them that no, it's cold. You don't. It's a whole thing. Rick points out, and I always appreciate Rick fact checking a little bit. Phylon, a sophomore. We said freshman. He's in the draft class, so he's going to be a lottery pick. Was pointing out last conversation. Lottery pick still playing in the tournament. Yaxel Lindenborg still, obviously he's not a freshman, but he'll be a lottery pick. He's still playing for Michigan. They're everywhere. Like we are, TJ. We're front and center. Like that. You've been saying this a while. This draft class, like we're watching them, and we're watching them all be the top picks. Like that's what's cool about this season. Like all these top star players, and they're all readily available in this tournament. Where's Sturts get drafted?
He's number 20. He's number 20.
So in the mocks he is?
Yes.
So there you go. Like they're everywhere. They're all over this Sweet 16. And that is really, really cool. I love it. All right. Headlines.
I got a lot. Max.
All right, Sports Daily fans. Let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
Okay, back to the viral 999 we talk about every day on this show. You're correct. The hot dogs are half the size of the tall boy.
Big in a blanket.
I mean, it's not even bigger than my hand. It's a joke. Yeah. It's a joke. All right, let's keep going, though. We're just going to hit that one. We're going to keep on moving. Staying with the MLB, to Philadelphia, the Phillies, Yohan Duran, got traded over from the Twins last year, correct? I believe he was a Twin.
Yeah, I got to save last night against my Rangers. Is that the point of this? Because that's not real cool.
Yeah, you know why that's a notable save? It's the first Phillies reliever ever to record a save at home on opening day. Ever.
Glad the Rangers could be a part of it.
How on earth, in all the years of Philadelphia baseball, did they not won a close game on opening day at home, basically? That's incredible. That's incredible.
That is pretty wild. That's
all right. Where else are we going here? In New York last night, the national anthem, the guy messed up the words.
Oh no.
The Twilight's last fears. I think that he went streaming instead of gleaming, and went into the repeated a line basically. I think he said the same thing twice, because there's the streaming and the gleaming line.
We've all been there.
Yeah. And it's the one. If you mess up that line, you listen to it and you're like, you wouldn't know, but that kind of sound. I feel like you just said that, right?
I gotta have. You would sing it wrong and not even know you sang it wrong.
I know exactly. I'm with you. All right, that's all I got for baseball. Let's keep moving to college basketball. Will Wade's going to LSU. I know you've seen that one. The thing that is making a lot of headlines, though, Jacob, is the fact that LSU, for a little bit there, they didn't even fire their coach. For probably an hour, they had two head coaches. And still, now, whenever these kind of things happen, you always wait for the official accounts to make it official. Like, you wait for the official word from LSU. They've made it official that they hired Will Wade, but they've never said they fired the coach. Like, there's never, even a thank you post or we've decided to move on. So everybody's like, do they have two coaches? Like, this is messy.
What is it? LSU they just throw, they don't care. They don't care what anybody thinks. They're just going to do their thing. The fact that they're rehiring Will Wade is just so funny.
It just makes you, the whole situation just makes you ugh. It feels ugly for everybody involved.
It does. I agree.
All right. Other college basketball last night. Let's go to Nebraska ball. As much as I hate how this ended up, final play, the backbreaker where they had 4 guys on the court.
Yeah,
that one hurt.
That's another one. We saw that. Which was it? The Shockers when they ran 6 out at the end of one of the games.
Yeah, against South Florida.
Yeah.
This was the tweet of the night. Ryan Wagner. Just seems to be a Iowa farmer that fired this one off. Wagner Farms on X said sponsorship idea. You get to do the patches on your jersey next year.
Yeah.
Sponsorship idea for Nebraska. Maybe they should put 5 guys.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That's good. That's really good.
Good stuff.
That's really good.
Oh my God, that sucks so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Staying in Sweet 16 to Purdue in San Jose last night. You know who was sitting behind the bench
in the Purdue game?
Yep.
Zach Edey?
Will Berg.
Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah. All his old buddies.
Yeah, all the Purdue writers were like, "Oh my gosh, it's Will Berg."
He's not gonna go incognito.
Yeah, exactly. He was wearing a shirt with his buddy's face blown up. It's pretty funny. But yeah, Will Berg flew to San Jose to go watch Purdue last night. That's awesome.
That's cool. I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I missed that. Was he on TV? Did they show him?
I'm not sure if they did or not, but a bunch of people got pictures of him because he, like
that's
you said,
cool.
he's ginormous.
That's really cool.
To Arizona tonight. Arizona. No, sorry. Tomorrow night. Excuse me. They played last night. Arizona in the Elite 8. Excuse me. On Saturday, Arizona will be playing for its first trip to the Final Four since 2001 under Lute Olson. That same day, Iowa will be playing for its first trip to the Final Four since 1980 when it was coached by Lute Olson.
Really? I didn't even know he was at. That's cool.
That's from Red Hat Cat on X.
I didn't know he was at. I didn't know Olson spent time at Iowa. Yeah. I thought he was at Arizona forever.
That's a wild career arc to coach for 21 years and do that at both places. All right. And to the now TJ's team he's riding to the Final Four, the Iowa Hawkeyes, our boy Bennett Sturts in the locker room. Whenever Iowa got down 10 in the first half, somebody asked him, what did Coach McCollum say to the team when they were down double digits? And he said he slammed his whiteboard, broke his marker on the floor. There was ink everywhere. He just told us that we sucked and that we were soft. And everybody's saying yeah, he's the next Bill Self, 100%.
If that's such a Bill Self term, soft. Yeah. He has the rights to soft. Yeah. Okay. I like it. Can he do that though? Is he allowed to do that when it's not the same players he's had for 12 years?
I don't think he cares. I mean, he's talked so much about the way that they recruit, and it's the same thing they did at Division II. And he's not lying. It's the thing, Casey Alexander. It's well, he can get the guys. Yeah, you're gonna have to get different guys in Belmont though. Maybe not. Ben McCollum doesn't care. He's just gonna go get his guys. It doesn't matter, which is scary, but he knows what it takes.
It is scary, and that's what And I listen. People have said he'd be great at Kansas. You've said that. I like it too. I don't think he's going to go to Iowa, but I just you've got to see it more than I need to see it with different players than he had a lot of success at Drake with his group.
He's coached NBA players in Marysville.
I get it. Now I need to see him go do it again with different players.
I know.
Because when you're at Kansas, you're going to have different players almost every year because now you're in the mix for these freshmen.
Yeah. Anyways.
And if you're not in the mix for the freshmen, guess what? fans aren't going to be happy about it.
It's true. He said after the game, somebody asked him about Bennett starts saying that. He said, yeah, my managers know that if I'm upset, don't hand me inanimate objects or they're getting shattered.
I love a good temper. I appreciate a good temper because I have one.
He said, I think Sturt said something along the lines of, well, is that like, it happens like this. It's a little bit like a bad cop, good cop situation. He's the bad cop at halftime whenever we're losing. The assistants
Who's the
come
good
in.
cop?
He said the assistants are very good cop.
Okay.
And then they come full circle at the end of halftime. But he comes in and he just lights them on fire if they're losing.
Yeah, that never bothered me playing sports. There's a difference between that and just being an ass, though, right? Like, I think there's a difference. And he toes that line very well. Like, it's hard not to get fired up for him. I'm with you. All right, we'll come back. Jaylon Thompson's in. Let's talk some Royals baseball opening day when we return.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
And we welcome you back in here to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up this morning. Late nights with college basketball, but it is baseball season. Opening day yesterday, the Royals do not celebrate. They celebrate today in Atlanta. Jaylon Thompson joining us here from the show. We're going to get a lot of Jaylon. So we're going to have Jaylon in regularly on Fridays during the season. We're excited to do that again this year, Jaylon. We're going to get you back in here Monday, too, ahead of the Royals home opener, because we have a lot of questions about the fences and Kaufman and all of that kind of thing. But for today, let's just look ahead to this season. Welcome back, by the way.
Glad to be back.
What is the absolute top X factor for Jaylon Thompson if the Royals are getting back to the postseason?
I'll give you 2 words: Jack Caglione. I feel like Jack Caglione is the true X factor for the Royals, because if you look at the differences from when they went to the playoffs in 2024 to barely missing out in 2025, the key was there wasn't a lot of outfield production. So they addressed that this offseason with Isaac Collins and Lane Thomas to the mix with Starling Marte. But in reality, those guys are great, but it's got to be Jack Caglione. He's got to be the engine. He's got to be that impact bat. He's got to be the guy that hits 25 to 30 home runs. And I've said this since the beginning of the offseason. I think every move that they've done was all to help him be the star that they know that he can be. Going and getting Marcus Thames to be the assistant hitting coach. He's worked with guys like Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, guys that have that elite power, Mike Trout. It's got to come from Jack Caglione, because the Royals have the core with Michael Garcia, Bobby Wood Jr., Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez. But you need that 5th guy, and that has to be Jack Caglione.
So what do you think is possible, Jaylon? That's what we've talked about so much all offseason, basically since last season ended, is that we all watched it and we all said, man, he hits the crap out of the ball right at people. Like, is that just a baseball thing that just happened to not go his way, or is there significant changes that needed to be made?
Yeah, TJ, I think he has to hit the ball. Well, one, he has to play with more confidence. And I think the World Baseball Classic helped him in that regard, where he was around a team that was winning and producing, and he was a key part of that team doing those factors, right? But another thing I think is just he has to hit the ball, lift it up a little bit more, hit in the air more. I think it's all about the angles of just his swing and not trying to focus so much on trying to just hit the ball in a linear fashion, but lift it in the air, hit it over the fence, because really that's what the Royals need him to do, to hit home runs. And I think we got to give him a little bit of grace, though, because when we saw him come up in the minor leagues, he was hitting the ball all over the field. If we didn't see that in the minor leagues, he probably wouldn't have had as much pressure as he had last year coming in as a rookie. Now that he's in his first full season, he's got adjusted. He's learning to see better pitches, have better plate discipline. I think you'll see a better version of him. And the Royals just need him to hit 25, 30 home runs. That's really what they need from him. If he does that, then he's been successful for the team.
Yeah. Dude, did you say 25 to 30 or 35 to 40?
Well, that 35 to 40, that's a lot.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was just making sure. 25 to 30 seems reasonable, guy at his age, I think. But it's got to be more than home runs, doesn't it? Like, I know he's got that power. They need, based on what we saw last year, they need run producers however that comes. And Vinny Pasquantino's been so good at that. But that to me is what needs to come in the middle of that lineup. Who's gonna produce, who's gonna, drive runs in? I don't care if it leaves the yard or stays in the yard. Who's gonna drive the runs in? Because we're all high on the Royals. I think the three of us are high on the Royals this year. And we're high on them because of a lineup that's pretty much the same as it was a year ago. And that was a big problem for this team a year ago.
Yeah, it can't just always be Vinny Pasquantino leading the team with 113 RBIs or Salvador Perez getting to 100 on the nose. It's got to be more, right? It's got to be more than Bobby Witt Jr. Leading the league in hits and leading the league in doubles. It's got to be more than Michael Garcia coming up and being an all-star with 18 home runs, 16 home runs, and 74 RBIs. It's got to be more. So that's the real question. Who's that fifth, that sixth guy, that seventh guy that emerges? I think that is what helps this lineup get over the hump and get to the next level and back to the playoffs. Because if you remember when they went to the playoffs in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr. had an all-world season, but you also had a good year from Salvador Perez. And then you had strong seasons from the rest of the guys that just cobbled together and they got across the finish line. But the pitching was the key for them to get there. If the pitching is good this year and health is not an issue, I think if you get just one or two more guys to play a little bit above their average, maybe that's Elaine Thomas hitting 15 to 20 home runs. Maybe Isaac Collins takes that next step in really his second year in the big leagues, and we'll see. But it's a lot of ifs and wins and buts and hows. The Royals just got to go out there and play baseball because they know they're in a win now mode.
That's the thing, Jaylon, I want to ask you is that we've talked about why do we feel so confident about the Royals lineup is because, everything that we say about the Royals outlook this season, it's like, man, I really like where they're at 1 through 9. And they didn't ever really do the big splash. They got Isaac Collins and maybe Lane Thomas in their starting lineup. Everything else is the same. So why are we all so confident about it?
I think because their floor is just so high, right? I think that if worst comes to worst, this team can break 500 this year. And that's just if they did the bare minimum. So I think that it just looking at what they can do, it's reaching that next level, just that one more person, that one more pitcher, that guy that takes it to the level where they maybe are an all-star or they're playing at an all-star level. I think that helps this team immensely. Because if you remember last year, there were so many one-run games where if it flipped the other way, the Royals might have had 87 wins. And then they could have been in the playoffs as a wild card team. And they could have probably hung with some of those teams like the Mariners or the Blue Jays or the Yankees in one of those first-round matchups. But we saw that they did not connect on those one-run games, a few of them, and that kept them out of the big dance. So I think that if they do better, I remember talking to Noah Cameron. He said the same thing. He was like, we got to win those one-run games. We gotta be more efficient in the minute details so that we can win when we need to. So I think that's where their mindset is at.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the pitching side. Jaylon Thompson, KC Star, Royals insider for the year. Glad to have him back on board Sports Daily. I think, Jaylon, am I crazy? I think we're going to see regression from the pitching staff. The starting pitching, let me be clear, because I really like the bullpen. I think the starting pitching's not going to be as good as it was a year ago. Is that safe to say? And I also think the Royals will win more games, but it's got to be because of the lineup. I just think it's going to be hard to replicate it.
I think you're right about that, Jacob, and really it's not because of who they have as starting pitching. It's just Father Time is undefeated. So you're looking at relying on Seth Lugo and Michael Wacha, who's been in the game a very long time and been successful a very long time. But at some point in time, as you get into your mid 30s and above, time just down on your side. Like there's going to be a natural regression, like you said. So I think the Royals understand that, and that's why they kept their depth as much as they have with that starting pitching staff. I mean, if injuries or lack of play come into the focus, they can always go to a Ryan Bergert or a Stephen Colwitt when he comes off the injury list. You got guys like Luinder Avila, they like Ben Kunara. They got guys in the system that are up and coming that could probably see some time at the big league level this season if things just don't go the way that they hope it can go. But I think you can still get solid seasons out of a guy like Seth Lugo, a guy like Michael Wacha. It might not be all-star quality like they have shown, but I think it can be consistent enough that the offense can overcome whatever the pitching staff may lack in certain respects this year.
Jaylon, whenever you get over 30, you start to regress in sports talk radio too. That's why they bring in me and you to cancel out Jacob here. I'm curious about Carter Jensen's role this year. First of all, is Carter Jensen starting tonight? Give me that answer.
I don't know. They haven't put the lineup out yet, but
what do you think?
I think Salvy's behind the plate. I think you have to give him that.
Is Carter Jensen DHing?
Maybe.
I don't know. That's my biggest question about this is that, everybody kind of seems like it's a foregone conclusion that he's in the starting lineup. But I'm like, where do you put him?
I think you might have to put him at DH.
You think they will?
I feel like you have to give Salvy the opening day start. Yeah. He's Salvy, right? So from that respect, do you go Jensen or do you go Marte against Chris Sale? Yeah. So
do you think that I'll ask you this more, at the end of the year, whenever we're totaling them up, who will have more games behind the plate?
Carter Jensen.
Yeah.
And I say that because at a certain point in time, Salvy's 36.
Yeah.
He's going to get George Brett's record for most home runs as a in franchise history, right? He's only 15 away. He'll get that. But then the Royals really have to start thinking about phasing him into a role where he can be the DH, play a little bit of first base, still be active, but you got to give the reins to Carter Jensen at some point. You just have to. I mean, that's what the Cardinals did with Yadier Molina. I mean, trying to think of other guys that played the position for a long time on one singular team. Eventually, you have to start allowing those guys to be around the game, but take the pressure off of having to rely on them every day behind the plate, because that is the toughest position in all of baseball. And Salvy's incredible, but it's still, you got to look at Father Time. He's, like I said, he's undefeated.
We were talking yesterday, Jaylon, about Bobby Witt Jr. as an MVP candidate. Bobby Witt Jr., what? Let me ask it to you this way: should the expectation be 2024 Bobby Witt Jr. or should the expectation be 2025 Bobby Witt Jr.? What should be the baseline?
The baseline, I think, is going to be 2025. I think that's the baseline for Bobby Witt Jr., which was incredible, right?
Yeah, it's a great year.
Led the league in hits and doubles and almost had another 30-30 year. And I think 2025 is what Bobby Witt Jr. could do every single day easily for the rest of his career. But the Royals need 2024 Bobby Witt Jr. to get back to where they were. And I think they will get a version of that. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I think you probably will see more home runs from him this year, maybe a few more stolen bases, because you got to remember the fences are coming in at Kauffman Stadium. So those doubles that he would hit that hit the wall at lightning speed will now be going over the fence. So I think that for him, if he has a year where it's an MVP quality, which I really think this is the year he could be and really challenge Aaron Judge for the MVP. I think this is the year for that, because he has all the tools. He's going to be entering his prime years. I just think he is someone that if the Royals want to win, he has to be 2024 Bobby Witt Jr. or a version of that. What do you guys think?
I think that there'll be
I think it's fair.
I think there's a judge regression this year. I think you're right. This is the year to strike.
Yeah. I just can't see Judge hitting 60 home runs again.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like people are starting to figure it out a little bit. All right, I got my stupid question of the day for you, Jaylon. I heard you say it off the top here. Are we calling him Michael or Michael Garcia?
Oh gosh.
We're about to talk.
He said it's Michael, so
that's what I'm saying. We're about to talk about this guy for the next 6 months of our lives. We got to figure out where we're going to go. It needs to be a collective. I'm curious what they're going to say on TV and the radio, what they have been saying. I haven't heard because I know the WBC people have been saying Michael. Is Denny going to go with Michael or Michael? That's what everybody's wondering.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, I think JJ Picoult still calls him Michael. But
that's what I'm saying. Do we just change it after 5 years? It's like the Travis Etienne situation.
I'm going to need a buzzer. Because I'm going to say Michael, and I don't want to do it. I don't mean to do it. It's not a stubborn thing. I'm just going to forget because for 4 years now, it's been Michael. That's a name too, by the way, Michael. If you were Michael and not Michael, don't you think you'd correct that?
Yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna ask him about that today.
Yeah, we need to know. Tell him.
We need to know what Jaylon Thompson thinks.
That's right. Yeah, what if we just wouldn't you stop that? Yeah,
I would.
To Jay.
Yes, that's right.
To Jay. That's funny.
Tell me about the bullpen, Jaylon. I'm big on it. I think I'm a little worried. Are you worried about Estevez, the velocity dip? Yeah. I am, but I think it's okay because I think they're much deeper maybe than they have been in a decade.
I thought about this today too. And if it's a 1-run game and it's the 9th inning, do you go to Estevez to close it out?
Probably not all the time.
Yeah, like this series, like if it's the first 3 games
kind
of the year.
Salviate catcher thing. He led the league in saves last year.
Yeah. I feel like you got to give him that chance, right? Since he is your guy, but how long is that leash? And then do you go back to Lucas Urseg? Let's say Lucas Urseg is back right and he's throwing strikes and he's getting strikeouts. Do you go back to that? Because in reality, it was Lucas Urseg's job before the 2025 season. That was his. And they signed Carlos Estevez, and, it was a great signing because he led the league in saves and he was a more established closer. But is there a point where you're like, we want to go back to Urs Lucas to close out games? And does that change everything for this bullpen? That's my question that I keep thinking about, because when Urseg is on, it's 100 miles per hour, and you need those guys in the back end.
Well, but that if you do that, are you comfortable in some of the high leverage spots they've used Urseg? Are you comfortable with Estevez walking into that? Because I'm not sure that you are.
Yeah. So if you make that switch, then you're gonna have to go. How is Matt Strong looking? How is Nick Mears looking?
I'd rather have Estevez come in clean than with a runner on second and nobody out or 1 out.
Yeah. Well, if he's gonna be the closer, he has to throw higher than 90 miles per hour.
I know, it's weird, man. It's strange. He's been doing it a long time.
I think he'll get back to it. I think he'll be fine.
Jaylon, how many games are they going to win this year before we let you go?
85.
85. Is that enough to make the playoffs?
I think so. I think 85 gets you in. It's going to be tough.
Jaylon. We'll all be ready to lose our minds, I'm sure, after the opening series. We'll talk to you again Monday, bright and early, as we get ready for opening day.
We'll see you at the K. We'll talk in person for once.
TJ and I will be there. So we'll see you at the K as well.
Let me know where you guys are at. I'll be there.
We're coming. We're coming for you. All right, we'll talk Monday morning, Jaylon. Right. Thank you.
See you guys later.
Follow along all that coverage of the Royals, getting you ready for the season at the KC Star. We're coming right back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
KFH.
All right, welcome back into Sports Daily. You matcha tea drinker, cold foam. It's all the hip. It's what's hip, TJ. Matcha, cold foam. You can get it now at HTO.
You speaking English right now?
What's that?
You're speaking English right now?
Yeah, matcha tea. It's a big deal. So is cold foam.
It's green.
And you can get cold foam on anything, including matcha tea, now at HTO. So check it out. You can also, while you're there, get a free iced tea, more than 25 flavors on us. Just shoot us a text. The keyword is tea to the short code 20357 To get your free cup of iced tea, East Wichita, West Wichita, or in Derby, you can enter once per day. Message and data rates apply. While you're in there, try out a matcha tea or some cold foam. One or the other. So two new big,
I like
two
cold
new big
foam.
deals.
I do like some cold foam.
I've heard the cold foam on the iced tea is awesome. But now you can have cold foam on anything. You can put it on your iced or hot coffee drinks. You can put it on matcha tea if that floats. I tried it. Matcha's good. I'd never had it before. It's so funny. The family's in that business, and people will ask me questions like, "Oh, you need to ask my wife." Like, I drink unsweet regular tea with lemon.
Yeah.
That's what I drink. I think it's the best around, but that's what I drink. And so it's like, what about? I'm like, you got to try it. I don't know. I'm not the best judge of that, but the cold foam is tasty. I will give you that.
All right,
And the matcha's not bad.
I got a leftover headline for you before we keep going. From Josh Dubow, I believe is how you say it. He's an AP sports writer. Texas coach Sean Miller has now made 9 trips to the Sweet 16 in his career without making a single Final Four. The most Sweet 16s for any coach who's never gotten there.
Can I be a moment of honesty? I am so flipping mad that I didn't take Texas to the Sweet 16. Sean Miller's always there. And Texas was the 11. They win the play-in. Like, they were the definition of what we've seen. And I'm so mad that I missed that one.
I had BYU in that spot. I picked that one over. Who'd they beat? They beat Gonzaga.
And I knew BYU wasn't doing anything with the injury. Not the same team.
Wouldn't
have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered because my bracket's busted. Houston losing busts my bracket.
Yep. All right. Are we talking about this Shams NBA stuff? Because
I sent you that. We can. So the NBA is apparently looking at 3 different proposals.
This full circle. This draft class is so good it has broken the NBA.
The NBA's been broken for a long time. I don't know. I have this internal struggle with the NBA because there was a time. I think let me go back a step. I think the main reason I don't watch much NBA anymore is because I watch so much college basketball now.
Yeah.
I think that's the main reason. But I've always loved college basketball, and there was a time where I loved the NBA. Didn't miss it, right? I can't figure out what's going on. But I will say 2 big parts of it are load management and tanking. Like, the league right now has a crisis at hand. I was just reading an article out of The Athletic yesterday. Has baseball taken over the NBA as America's second favorite sport? I think it may have. But like, I cannot get excited about something where I don't know if the guys are trying hard.
Yeah.
It's like everything's an all-star game with these guys until you get to the playoffs. Oh man, they had to play 2 games this week. They need a day off. Oh man, let's tank. So we're tanking for 4 months in the NBA. We get to the NFL and we get mad at teams for not tanking in week 17 when it cost them the first overall pick.
I know.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Why is the NBA? So I think the NBA should do anything it can. Like, if the NBA, to fix its tanking problem, needs to say to hell with the lottery, every team has the same chance, I wouldn't even be disappointed in that. Because I am so sick of this not trying hard in the NBA that I just like I've even seen this watching a second of it.
It's gotten so bad that it is now turned into, well, what if there just wasn't a draft? What if they all just became free agents, right? Like, then they can just sign whoever they want to. And if you're a free agent, you're going to sign with the good team, not the bad team, right?
I don't know what you can do. I don't think any of these proposals, by the way, would fix it. Might help.
Do a lot, I think.
Here's what I would do. I'll tell you what I thought about this. We have a middle of the season tournament, right? Run it concurrent with the playoffs. You run a toilet bowl, right? We've all done that in fantasy sports. You have a toilet bowl. And the winner of the toilet bowl wins the best odds at the top pick. I don't think you could say wins the top pick. That would probably be a little bit unfair. But wins the best odds. How many teams are in the lottery? 13?
14.
So expand it to 16, just to keep it simple, right? Whatever. You put those teams in a tournament. It runs concurrent with the NBA playoffs, runs on off days, whatever it is, and whoever wins that gets the best odds in the lottery. Why is that not the right idea? Tell me why that's crazy, because it sounds crazy, but man, I think it's a great idea.
I mean, it seems like that would fix a lot. The thing is, though, is that at that point, do you have teams that are like, well, I don't know if we're going to be good enough to compete in the playoffs. Like, let's just try to get in that toilet bowl and go win that.
You could, but it'd be better than what you have now, which is losing games for 4 months.
Yeah.
Right. We've been talking about the Pacers tanking. We've been talking about these teams tanking.
It would make it more exciting. You'd have that of saying like,
it'd be great. And for the people that say, well, that's not fair to the really bad teams because they wouldn't have a chance there, then don't be really bad.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Don't
like
suck.
That's what I've always said.
It
is
sucks
that, like,
to suck.
I think that it's gotten to the point now, and I think that it used to be, really bad teams would draft a good player and they'd eventually get better. But I think that now it's to the point now where these teams, like the Wizards are like, what I get. Actually, they made a lot of moves. I can't say the Wizards anymore. Whoever you want to say. One of the teams that's just in purgatory at the bottom of the NBA, like that never leave the lottery. And there's a bunch of them.
I was just going to say that we've got this same Final Four thing. People like the same teams have won NBA championships forever.
Yeah.
We've had it a little bit better lately, right? We've had the Thunder, who are going to probably win more than one, though. They're going to start their own run. Yeah. The Nuggets were able to get one. The Bucks were able to get one. The Raptors. So it has gotten a little bit better in recent years. But let's be honest.
So let's say the Kings. When's the last? I guess the Kings had an okay year last year. But
the NBA is the most dynastic sport that we have. It's like all Warriors, Celtics, Lakers, and Spurs forever, with a few outliers mixed in.
True.
I mean, it's crazy how often. And before that, it was the Bulls.
Yeah. My point is that, we'll say Washington outside of, obviously they got Anthony Davis and Trae Young because they're actually trying to do something here. But like before that, like they've been in the top 5, what feels like every single year for the last 15 years. And it's like, it turns into something where it's like, yeah, we're going to tank and we're going to get DeBonta. And then we might, be under 500 and then we're going to tank again. And then we're going to get Tyron Stokes. And then maybe if we do it one more time,
and then he's sick of losing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's such a bad. Like just try to just be good. Maybe that's what you should do.
How about win? You know who never tanks? The Lakers, the Spurs, the Warriors. These teams
and
that
guess
are always
what?
good.
There's salary caps and salary floors in the NBA. You don't have an excuse like you do in baseball.
I don't know. So I'm glad. Listen, the reason I sent you that is because I'm glad. I would love to reinvest in the NBA. I really would. I would love it. I don't know that I like right now. I was listening to the Dan Patrick show yesterday or 2 days ago. Follows us right here on KFH. He was talking about Wemby, and I grew up loving the Spurs. Love the Spurs, and I'm like, how am I not a Spurs fan right now? Like, how am I not watching all of these Spurs games? They've got such exciting young players. They're really good. Like, why am I not reinvested? The Mavs, the other team I grew up liking. Those are kind of the two teams. I had a year of this. I was an Iverson fan, so I love those 76ers teams. But I'm sitting here like Cooper Flag and the Mavs are going to pair him up with one of these guys. Why would I not reinvest in the Mavs right now?
Yep.
But it's hard for me to do it when I'm like this. I mean, it's crazy. Load management. Like we play fantasy basketball. I'm just like, what the hell? Like you don't even know who's going to play every night. Because what reason? Because they have a sore whatever. Like I'm with Barkley on this stuff. Like you make more money than anybody in this country. You can play basketball 4 times a week.
They're just and like I saw somebody joking around about this, like trying to explain the NBA to your friend that doesn't watch the NBA, and it's like oh man, they lost. That must really suck. It's gonna hurt their standings. Like no, they don't really matter. Like they don't really care until it gets to the playoffs, anyways. It's like
and that's a big problem. It's a huge problem.
I mean, it's so wild to me. In baseball, it's weird though. In baseball, guys like get days off, and that just happens, but not nearly as much as the NBA.
They're playing literally every day
per capita. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's wild that there's literally double the amount of games, basically. Like, and it feels like every game matters in the MLB, honestly, which is crazy.
It does matter. It does matter. If you win, because they don't have as many playoff teams. If you went and you lined up, I'll bet you, God, this would take a ton of research. If you went and lined up like star players and the percentage of games they play, in baseball versus basketball.
I mean, what Bobby Witt's
how many
probably
days off is Bobby Witt Jr. going to take this year?
I bet it's like 5 or less.
Right. And now there is less of a physical grind, right? I get it. But the NBA's been playing an 82-game schedule for, I think, my entire life.
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan did not have load management days. 40-year-old Michael Jordan, I don't think, had load management days. Like, it's not necessary. You're compensated very well for your work.
But it's just the thing. Like, the reason why you do it is, and it hadn't been a thing until, I don't know, probably like 6 years ago or 8 years ago or something like that. And it's just because like all the good players kept getting hurt in the playoffs. And it's like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they've got such a problem where they and obviously the playoffs are more important than the regular season, but it just literally makes the regular season seem worthless. Especially, I'll say this
to your fans.
The play-in tournament is one of the worst things that they could have done in the NBA. Like, I get that it's fun and it's more playoff basketball, but like, you can be the 17th best team and get in now. Like, you can be a lottery team and make the playoffs, or play in at least, and like it. Like, reward the regular season. And it's what everybody's worried about the expansion of the NCAA tournament, is that if we make this thing 76 teams, what are we playing the regular seasons for? Like, if you're a preseason top 25, you're just going to get in, right?
No, I don't think so. Like, and if you do, you're going to lose in the first round anyway. So
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
like
it's just
Auburn.
an extension.
Auburn's the perfect example. If Auburn got in, like, if it got bigger, Auburn's going to get in. Did Auburn deserve to be in there? Probably not. Were they going to win a game?
68 team field. Did they deserve to be in a 76 team field? Possibly. I think what you'd get is like conference tournaments, like what we feel about the conference tournaments now, which is like a feigned interest. Here's where, like, if they expand that tournament, if we go down this rabbit hole in the last 2 or 3 minutes, if they expand that tournament, it won't really matter as long as they leave 64 alone in its current state. So if they expand the tournament and you have 3 or 4 more sites in the play-in games, nobody's going to care, right? It won't matter. It'll be irrelevant. The thing they must protect at all costs is when Thursday hits, you're at the round of 64 and nothing changes about that on. If you want to have 4 more play-in games, who cares?
I don't want it.
Well, I mean, I don't want it either.
My biggest thing,
I don't think it'll impact.
Yeah.
How
my biggest complaint 64. Is, as we sit here as people who talk about the Shockers every day, like, that expanding the tournament is never going to benefit somebody like the rest, the other 260, the other 300 teams. It's only going to benefit the bottom feeders of the SEC and the Big Ten. And
it would have impacted potentially Miami of Ohio. They ended up getting in anyway.
I mean, it will on occasion, but like Belmont. Let's call out Casey Alexander here. Belmont.
Yep.
Would they bear? I don't know if they would have been.
So let's pull. I've got the net rankings pulled up right now. Right. McNeese would have made it into that format. Boise State potentially. These are teams that are bubbly right in there. So you have McNeese, you'd have Boise, you'd have Seton Hall, you'd have Tulsa, you would have San Diego State, you would have New Mexico, you would have you'd have Yale, Dayton, Nevada, Grand Canyon, UNI.
You're ignoring though is that like the net is not as just simple as saying, they're there, put them in.
As simple, but those are the teams in that range, including the others. So I think it'd be about 50-50 in expansion, but none of those teams are going to make a run. So what difference does it make? That's my thing. Like, we can expand it, but
just
the same teams are going to be
64.
sitting here in the Elite 8.
Put it back to 64. If you get in, you get in.
It's the most unpopular thing ever. I don't know. Something like it or do it. All right, we'll come back. We got more Sports Daily. Don't go away.